Hi, William. Well, Mr. Deere to you guys. This is our current insurance agent, and I just want everybody to be informed. He's going to answer a couple of questions so you know what the coverage of Briarwood is and what you need to know to get involved in our association. So, Mr. Deere, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your company, and how long you've worked or been our agent?
Sure. William Deere from Brown & Brown Insurance. We're the insurance agents for the association. I've been on this risk about 3 or 4 years. I've been with Brown & Brown about 11 years. And we have specializes in just condominium and homeowners associations in our departments. And that's where I've been for those 11 years. Before that, I spent about 3 or 4 years in different agencies, but always with condo and homeowners associations. It's kind of my strength, my passion, what I like to do. I'm strictly on the commercial side, but if folks would have some personalized questions, I'm happy to help you out. And we have a personalized department as well.
Oh, great. What is Briarwood 4's current policy? Meaning, what is our coverages? How much policy coverage do we have? Are there any major exclusions that an owner should be aware of?
Sure, absolutely. So from the property standpoint, we have you with American Coastal Insurance, and we just had a pre-renewal meeting with you guys. We have a 2021 appraisal. We're going to use an updated 22 appraisal at renewal. You're going to be a little bit better insured for the current replacement costs. There aren't really any large exclusions on the property policy per se, but something everybody should be aware of is the association is responsible for the property, for the envelope of the building, and from the drywall out. So homeowners should be aware that they're responsible from the paint in. And I always tell folks, if you're wondering what is my property responsibility as a unit owner in a condo association, if I can see with my eyes, I need to cover it. Like I can see my flooring, I can see my electrical fixtures, my plumbing fixtures, I can see my paint on my wall. Anything I can see, I need to cover. My furniture, all my personal property. So if there's a catastrophic event, something happens like a hurricane or a fire, and there's property damage, then we would look to the association's policy to cover from the paint, from the drywall out, and the owner from the paint in. And we always want to say we have insurance policies for catastrophic events. It's not a repairs and maintenance policy, it's an insurance policy. So always think about catastrophic events like windstorm, fire, water damage, something we can put a date and time to.
That's really good information. Thank you for that.
Sure.
If a unit owner would like the master policy for the association, how would they get that? Do they contact you directly? Is there a process for that?
Absolutely. They can always go through Mendy or contact me directly. I think most of the times the folks go through Mendy. He brings them over to me. If they needed a copy of the master certificate of insurance, we would send it over. Give me, please, one business day in case I'm on the road, but I try to turn things around within a business day.
Okay. Do you believe Briarwood 4 is underinsured in this area?
I think that when we use the updated appraisal, you're going to be fine. You're currently around $125 a foot. We're going to bump you up to $145 a square foot. That's really where you need to be for replacement cost value for the envelope of the building. And bear in mind, the property insurance policy, like I said, it's only going to cover the envelope of the building from drywall out. So think of the association as like vanilla box. They're gonna have it ready for someone to come in to put paint, someone to come in to put flooring, someone to come in and put everything that's attached to the walls and all their personal property. And on liability standpoint, you guys have the $1 million liability policy. You have the $5 million umbrella policy. We have the $1 million directors and officers policy. And we also talked at our meeting today, we're going to increase the crime policy, the crime coverage. So I think that rounded out, you've got a great program. And at renewal time, we're going to tighten up the coverage per square foot for you.
Awesome. Have Briarwood, you said you've been our agent for about 5 years.
About 3 or 4 years.
Okay, 3 or 4 years. Sorry about that. In those 3 or 4 years, have we had any claims?
I haven't really seen any claims in the past couple of years. I know we talked at our meeting, like your neighbors had some claims. I've heard of those, even though I'm not the agent over there. I haven't seen any claims, but you're prepaying for future claims. If something comes up, I'm here as a resource. And like we talked in our meeting earlier, sometimes it's like, hey, is this something that the homeowner is responsible for? Is this something that the auto policy covers? Where did the slip and fall take place? What type of property damage is it? Anytime you think there's a potential for a claim, please get with me. I'd like to be a resource for that.
Awesome. And as you mentioned, how can someone get in contact with you? What's your office number or email address? Is there a general email? Do we go through Mindy for that, or can we have that?
I would always suggest going through Mendy.
Okay.
And the reason I want to go through Mendy, if it's a claims discussion, I want all of us to be on the same page. And Mendy is the one who would only file claims for the association. So we want to be friendly, we want to be helpful, but all claims would need to go through Mendy. I can give you my direct business number. I can even give you my cell. I'm happy to take calls from my cell. But Mendy is the best place just because we want to control it, and we don't ever want a homeowner to call in a claim for the association property. And you might say, why is that? It's because the association property isn't the homeowner's property. It's like me trying to file a claim on my neighbor's house. Only the neighbor can file it on the neighbor's house. In this situation, if it's commercial insurance, only Mendy can file the claims. But Mendy would always get with me, and if it's a claim situation, we don't care if it's evenings or weekends. I can get calls whenever.
Awesome. Okay, and final question. With the current trend of the insurance market, do you predict our insurance for the building will go up or go down?
Down. We talked about that in our meeting today.
Yes.
Finally, we've had back-to-back increases in the past 2 years for you guys, and finally we're getting some relief. Not only do we think it's going to be flat or come down, but we're going to use that updated appraisal, which is about a 19% increase from the 125 a foot to a 145 a foot, and we're still going to see flat or down. Give us a chance. We've got 3 new property markets. We have at least 2 new liability markets, a new umbrella market. We have you with a package for your general liability, your directors and officers in crime. We're going to shop it as a package and as monoline. We're going to do some milestone meeting touch points. We talked about that. A 45-day meeting. We're going to do a 30-day call, and we're going to renew 2 weeks out to make sure that by the time we show up, 2 weeks out to renew, you know what I'm showing up with already.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Deere, for taking the time to just talk to us.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.